Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I was asked for my opinion on Chile's particular plan to petition the judge in Decastro versus LVMPD for a better outcome. That is not going to work. It's not going to work because you're not going to get to the judge. Nobody who's calling in to express an opinion on Chile's case is going to get to the judge. You'll get to a clerk, and that's it. You're not going to get to the judge. The judge can't hear it. It's an ex parte communication. The judge isn't allowed to take that into consideration. The federal judges are appointed for life. They can only be removed for bad conduct. And the purpose behind that, agree or disagree as you will, the purpose behind that is to prevent them from being subject to popular outrage. Now, I don't think that Chile is going to muster the kind of outrage that Chile thinks he does. He's a bit big for his britches. He thinks he's a big fish. He's, at best, a medium-sized fish in a very, very small pond. You look at the pro-cop channels, and they have millions of subscribers, like Donut Operator, like 5 million subscribers or something. I mean, it's stupid. Like, he's the pro-cop position is much more popular than Chile's I want to be an asshole to the police position. It is. Chile has insulated himself to the point where he doesn't understand what popular opinion is. So, if it did happen, it wouldn't happen in the way Chile wanted it to. But luckily for Chile, the courts are designed, specifically the federal courts are designed, to not be subject to the popular will. Yes, federal judges do have to be appointed by the president and confirmed by the Senate, which I guess allows some oversight as to only people who are judges who are popular with presidents and senators get appointed. But once they're appointed, they could only be removed for bad conduct. They have to be impeached. And they're not going to get impeached for their judgment or order or other decision that they make in a case. They're even state judges who are elected, they also can only be removed for I mean, unless they don't get elected again, they can only be removed for bad acts, for a failure of, an impeachable offense, essentially. So, I mean, if you don't like the way a judge is ruling consistently, yeah, maybe you can get that judge out of office in the next election cycle, but all the judge's prior decisions still stand, unless they get overturned on appeal. So judges are designed to be insulated from this popular will. That's the point of them. And the point of that is to protect people with unpopular positions, like Chile, from being drowned out by a majority, a tyrannical majority. So the whole point of our judicial system is that someone who is not influenced by public opinion can look at the facts, analyze the law, apply the law to the facts, and come to a decision that is unbiased. That's why the rules of evidence are there. That's so only the stuff that has merit as to the facts of the case and or the law of the case, only the relevant stuff gets in, and not popular opinion. That's the whole point of the system. You would think that a constitutional law expert would understand this. He would understand why we have three branches of government. And even why the legislative branch was supposed to be a bicameral system where you have the House, which was every 2 years, get them in, get them out, so they could reflect the will of the people. And the Senate was supposed to be appointed by the state to represent a more long visioned state interest. And the president was supposed to be kind of in between the two, but he's supposed to be enforcing the laws, and he's not making the laws. And I get it. The system has been corrupted over time, where now we have popularly elected senators, and the Congress as a whole has abdicated a lot of its lawmaking function to agencies, to executive agencies. And the president has usurped a lot of the power of Congress by not only controlling the agencies, but also having executive orders. Except he's lost control of the agencies, so they're essentially doing whatever the hell they want to do. And all we have left really is the judicial branch, and they're just as political as anybody else. If they weren't just as political as anybody else, then you wouldn't see the parties fighting over, do we appoint a Republican or do we appoint a Democrat to the Supreme Court? You wouldn't see that, but you do, so they are. Reality exists, folks. If they weren't political, the political parties wouldn't be arguing over who to put in there. They just be like, oh yeah, he's a fair guy, put him in there. They don't. It's political. Anyway. But you would think a constitutional law expert would understand that. Speaking of people who don't know their ass from their elbow, apparently Eli has been doing research on me, and he found a California Court of Appeals decision where my father had sued his past employer. Now, I have the same name as my father. My father named me after him. I'm the second. I guess he doesn't have a first or anything. He's John Rietveld. I'm John Rietveld the second. And Eli seems to think that I am my father. Well, sorry, Eli, but your research skills for other things suck just as bad as your research skills for the law. You're a terrible attorney. Maybe you do a good job with PI. I don't know, but that's not a very law intensive. And it's so weird that a dude who is so successful and smart and educated and popular is Eli. Isn't it weird that he's on YouTube begging and demanding donations and trying to get people to buy his books and doing all this stuff other than practicing law? I mean, if you're that successful, bro, why isn't your legal career supporting you? Why are you on YouTube for hours and hours a day begging? Why, bro? Because you suck as an attorney. Facts are facts. Reality exists. Comport your beliefs to coincide with what the facts are. He's on YouTube all the time, making videos, demanding money. There's your sign. Thanks for watching. Speaking of money, I got to go in there and make some. Have a great day.